traditionally do, I'd like to take a moment of reflection. And I hope you'll keep the citizens of California and Los Angeles in your thoughts and prayers with the horrific fires that are going on out there. So let's take a moment to reflect. Thank you. If you all stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, I'm going to ask Mrs. Hockett if she would lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any adjustments to the agenda? Hearing none, we will move into public hearings, which we have a Town Christiansburg Community Development Block Grant, CDBG 2023 Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report. Is anyone here to address this?
This is,
This is our CAPER for short. It is something that we do annually to report along with the action plan for HUD and the CDBG funding that we get each year. So those are to assist with homelessness and rental assistance, as well as infrastructure for low to moderate income areas that are in the town of Christiansburg. So we have a copy of that in the library for anyone to see, as well as if anybody would like a copy, I have copies with me. So, and it is also posted online.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Rita, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you happen to have information about what you guys are planning to do with the money for this? Is it going to use for sidewalks, or are you going to use it for something else?
A portion of it is for the sidewalk for East Main. And then, so there's two separate funding areas. So there's the CDBG, it's a generalized fund, so that is what we can use on infrastructure. And then there's the CDBG CV funds, and that's separate for rental assistance and homelessness. And the New River Community Action Program, they have been assisting individuals with rental assistance so far. So, and it may be something in the future that we want to
Can you
try to.
provide records of that assistance so we can see how that money is being utilized?
I can.
Thank you.
But this one says it's 2023. So these are the amounts of money that were used. Wasn't this a part of our town council thing just recently?
we've been using at least a large portion of the money for Roanoke Street sidewalk improvements historically, but we
That's
can,
why
we
it
can, we
was
can
on
give
the
you a
budget,
breakdown.
right?
We can give you a breakdown of what we've used it for in the past.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much for that explanation.
Thank you. Hearing no one else, or no other questions, I will close this public hearing. Go to the consent agenda, which consists of the approval of the minutes of the December 10th, 2024 meeting, the monthly bill list, to approve Assistant Town Manager Scott Shippey as an additional town check signer. We have contract amendment number 2 with A. Morton Thomas and Associates for construction, engineering, and inspections and term inspections in excess of $100,000, not to exceed $500,000 per task order, and not to exceed $2.5 million per annual contract term. We have a contract amendment number 2 with Century Engineering LLC for construction engineering and inspections, term services in excess of $100,000, not to exceed $500,000 per task order, not to exceed $2,500,000 per annual contract term. Contract Amendment 2 with McDonough Borland Peck, Inc., DBA MVP, for construction engineering and inspections and term services in excess of $100,000 to not to exceed $500,000 per task order and not to exceed $2.5 million per annual contract term. We have contract amendment number 2 with Rummel, Klepper and Call for construction engineering and inspection term services in excess of $100,000, not to exceed $500 per task order and not to exceed $2.5 million per annum per annual contract term. Contract number 2 with, amendment number 2 with Whitman, Rinkert and Associates for construction engineering and inspections, term services in excess of $100,000, not to exceed $500,000 per task order, and not to exceed $2.5 million per annual contract.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I do have some discussion. I know that there is, like, the wording is very vague for me, and I don't understand a lot of what's actually in those projects. Can Randy elaborate a little bit on what's this money used for?
Well,
And then how much is any of this money used from grants or the state money?
these aren't for any particular project. These are for term service contracts. So it would be an as-needed basis from our engineering department, depending on specialization. For example, I think some of these are more, I guess, transportation-related, with like Whitman, Rancourt and Associates. I think RK&K is typically transportation. For example, MB&P is had been our park third-party consultant with park inspections. But it would be basically an as-needed basis term service agreement contract, which we've had in the past, I guess, going back several years, we've been doing term service agreements with basically engineering consultants.
And then is there any of this money used by, is it given by VITA or grants?
I believe this is all town fund, general fund.
We
Although-
use these term services contracts for inspections on our capital projects, and the funding could be the town general fund, it could be VDOT funding, it could be, we used RK&K as the CEI firm for the inspection of the College Street drainage project that we just finished, as an example. So that was paid for through through those funds, the ARPA funds for that. So, Councilwoman Hicks, there's a variety of funding and there's a variety of projects that we use these these service term contracts for. So what this really allows us to do, we put this out on the street and we do these solicitations. We'd like to do them every 4 years. So what we would normally have to do, most of these contracts are over $100,000, and most of the time we would have to go out and do an individual procurement for every one of these projects, which takes, 30 to 60 days to do. This really allows us to select these firms through a solicitation. I believe when we did this, there was like a dozen firms that were applied, but we chose 5, and we rotate through these services, and and all of these firms can really do just about anything as far as inspection for our construction projects. So this really gives the town flexibility and to hire these services and get these projects done and inspected, so we ensure that everything is being constructed per the project manuals and the specifications and the design.
Okay.
So it's,
I just wanted to make sure that there was not something that a project that you guys were working on and there would be a conflict of interest for me or something like
no-
that. So
no,
I just
ma'am.
wanted specifics.
no.
That's why I asked, so I appreciate your explanation.
yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Mike. So I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any other comments or questions? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop.
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Thank you. We have no introductions and presentations tonight. We'll move into citizens' comments, where we open the floor to citizens to address council on concerns. So the drill is microphone, your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes and address them to the chair, which is me. Anyone here to address council? Close the public citizens' comment. Committee reports. Anybody had any meetings since we last met? Okay.
Hi, Rita. Do you have the, are we going to be voting on the stuff for central business, the facade grants today? Because I don't see them in here.
There is the one that hadn't been decided on yet. We may need to discuss that a little further.
I'm not sure that's working.
Well, I think it was better if you come over here. I'm so sorry, because I know for the videos and stuff, nobody's going to be able to hear you.
The one that was undecided, it may be that you might want to discuss that a
I
little
know,
further
but
before.
we can finalize the other ones. Can we bring those out for vote tonight?
It's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
No,
Would you like
but
to?
That's fine.
Okay.
We can just talk about it this week. Thank you.
Discussion and action with the mayor and council, a conditional use permit request by Valley Classical School Incorporated, property owner and applicant to allow a private school in the B2 Central Business District, property located at 100 West Main Street, consisting of approximately 1.676 acres. Property is designated as downtown mixed use in the future land use map of the 2013 Christiansburg Comprehensive Plan. Public hearing was held December the 10th, 2024.
I make a motion to approve the condition permit.
Second.
Got a motion and a second? Any discussions?
I'm excited about you guys. How many
Matt?
kids do you,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's discussion, right? How many
Question.
kids do you say you were gonna have in there, starting now? I think you answered that
We
recently.
currently have 103 students.
Okay, that's exciting. Are you guys planning to do any changes to the property?
We are currently talking with architects in the interior. There's some larger spaces we need to divide into more individual classrooms. We're seeing with the roof, ways we can repair the roof, and what other changes we might need to be ready for the fall. So nothing in terms of adding on or structure, just more on the inside, preparing it for classrooms.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Councilman Bishop.
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Reappointment of Robin Boyd and John Neal to the Recreation Advisory Commission for a 4-year term beginning January 1, 2025 to December 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Discussions? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop.
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
Reappointment of Heather Browning to the Christiansburg Public Arts Advisory Board for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second, anybody got a second? All right. Got motions and seconds, and
Thirds and fourths.
Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop. Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Reappointment of Jean-Ann Nines, Mark Curtis, Jennifer Sowers, and Tom Bernard to the Planning Commission for a 4-year term from January 1, 2025 to December 31, 2028.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right. Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Reappointment of Kevin Connor and Steve Simmons, and a new appointment of Stephanie Bell to the Building Code Board of Appeals for a 3-year term beginning January 1, 2025, ending December 31, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Reappointment of Steve Simmons, Beverly Bridges, and Amelia Tutwiler to the Aquatics Advisory Commission for a 3-year term, January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2027.
Motion.
Second?
It's, Mr. Andrew Crowder in here by any chance?
I'm sorry, who?
We're talking about the.
We hadn't gotten there yet.
Sorry.
Okay.
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
And it's 6-0. Reappointment of Hampton Inn General Manager Andrew Crowder as hotel representative, and Sandros Alejandro Puglisi as restaurant representative to the Montgomery County Blacksburg-Christiansburg Regional Tourism Office Tourism Development Council for a term of one term beginning January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2026.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion is second.
So is Mr. Andrew Crowder in here?
Aye.
Has he ever come to town council before?
He did when we
He
first
did.
appointed him.
We appointed him. He filled Logan
It was-
Kessinger's term when she transferred to Florida.
I actually didn't invite him. We did, it's just been a few months since we've appointed him.
Oh, okay.
So-
And then,
But he did come when we appointed him.
Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That's 6-0. Discussion of the order abatement for unsafe structure located at 955 Montgomery Street Northeast, consisting of approximately 2.268 acres, total acres by demolition in accordance to Section 10-58, enforcement by council of Article 3, unsafe buildings, walls, structures, Chapter 10 buildings and building regulations of the Christiansburg Town Code.
Just to basically update council on that, let you know, we acknowledged that the property had been sold, and we basically brought that to council in error that it had been sold. We've reached out to the new owner, and they've actually applied for a demolition permit for the property. The town doesn't plan on taking any action at this point. We plan on letting the current owner demolish the house on their own.
So this came back up, because I think it was Kim that brought it back up, right? To be discussed today, and I think I seconded it. This was concerning to me for different reasons. We voted on the last town council meeting back in December to demolish someone else's property without real notification to the real property owner. There is, the letter that was the description under the agenda information. It says about that, we were incorrect sending the information to the wrong owners, and there has been a lot of things ever since that had happened. Obviously, the new owner has agreed to demolish the property, seems like it. But I just really wanted to bring this back up because it just feels like months ago we voted on a policy to allow the lawyer to actually take people to court, and correct me if I'm saying it incorrectly, but to take people to court for, for things of this manner. This was taken to court. It was brought up, the previous owner, there were 4 cases against that person, which was dismissed. And then the town proceeded to go for demolition. Thankfully, we had not demolished it before it came up. And so, but where does this leave us with the fact that town council members voted for this to be demolished? And there was an action taken by mayor and council on the last council meeting. So do we have to take the bill back, or do we just,
I could simply wait and, like I say, allow the current property owner to demolish the property. Like I say, they say that's their plan, and I believe that's their plan.
well, definitely we gotta give
If,
them time. because-
yeah, and yes, I think we should give them time. If they don't demolish the property, then we would send them a notification.
Yeah, but there will be a time
Yeah,
for the
correct.
new owner, so.
Correct.
You know, I just think that the whole thing was just, you know, the mayor had even stated that, no, that this will carry with the previous owner, which he doesn't. But then at the same time, I'm just concerned that this can happen again. And I want to make sure that this does not happen again. And I think my understanding was that we were gonna give owners a year to do things with their property or something like that, up to a year, if I'm not wrong. Where did that time happen? Because this property, you guys took the previous owner to court in September, was that correct?
I believe we did. It was either August or September.
Okay,
But
and then-
we have been working
But-
and notifying this guy for almost 18 months.
Correct.
The property.
There have been
He's had
notifications,
registered
there have been
letters, he's had to
notifications,
post
there have been
property.
notifications sent for over a year.
But he did mention that he was selling the property. And then
I can't necessarily say, although he did relay that, and like I say, I think our staff has spoken to him about that, and like I say, we've told him we're sorry for that situation. You know, I hope that's, you know, good enough on his behalf. Like I say, and we are working with the current property owner. He does seem very
What's the
very
timeframe that
cooperative.
you're expecting to give the new owner to
It-
take care of the?
His demolition permit, I believe, is good for, it's either 180 days or 6 months, one or the other. I'll check that. Basically, as long as his permit is valid, we'll work with him. If his permit expires, we'll send him a notification that it needs to be demolished or boarded up, basically to be made safe.
Is there a way, Randy, that we can put a safeguard in place to keep this from happening again?
We actually have any violation notice or anything that we're going to bring before council in regards to type, I guess, action, then we are going to check the courthouse records basically up to date to make sure that that it's still the current property owner.
I appreciate you, and the staff apologizing, I guess, to the previous owner or
Yes,
or
we
both?
talked to Mr. Huff, is who we spoke to with staff. Although, like I say, staff has talked to the current owner, and like I say, he's been very cooperative.
Yeah, yeah. He actually talked to me too, and it was very pleasant conversation, so.
Thank you.
Okay.
Audio quality, Town Council Chamber Administrative Conference Room, Ms. Bowman and Ms. Hicks.
Yeah, I also added that, you know, since I come on council, I've had various complaints about the sound quality in meetings, and I had spoke with Randy and Andrew early on about correcting the issues, and, you know, as I further talked to people, it had been an ongoing issue for evidently a number of years. And I'm very, very glad to see, thank you, Randy, that steps have been taken to get new equipment and to resolve the issues that people who are listening from home are having. I still want to keep it on the agenda because I still think there's some other things that we can do to improve the quality of meetings for people who are trying to listen in. And one of those things that I would like to see happen is if there is a comment from the audience that that person is actually speaking from the microphone often. And I think it's easy to do it. It's usually a town employee who will speak from their seat. And that's fine. Most of us in the room can hear that, but often the people who are listening from home cannot hear that. And your voices are often the most important voices in the room to give the information that we need. So And then one more thing I'd like, because I do think that this is also to do with meeting quality, and that is, I was listening into a meeting a few weeks ago, and what I could hear of it, I had trouble listening myself at certain times, but there was a person on a committee that spoke very ill about a person in the room that was sitting in the audience from this side of the podium, and I do not believe that is appropriate or professional, and I would like to see us tighten up that kind of behavior.
I do think that with the audio stuff, several things have been corrected. I know that, I think my speaker thing was changed, right? Too? There was
I
a
know
problem
they've,
with
I
mine.
know they've made changes, and they actually had, I guess, a meeting with the sound technician this afternoon, and they were here at, I think, the last council meeting.
Okay.
So I'm hoping we're seeing improvements, so.
Okay, and then about, one of the things that is a concern as far as, and this goes to all the citizens that come out and speak to us, to please go to the podium, and that includes our staff too, because, you know, we can hear you here, but someone from home may not be able to hear you. So it's important to come to the podium just so we are aware of what's going on and everything.
For people at the podium and everyone here at the council table too, please speak into the microphone if you can, so. Definitely helps pick up.
When do you expect to have because I know the money was the money already given to the company, and were the steps already taken to fix the system, or?
Go to the podium.
Sure.
We have reached out to 2 companies to get quotes for the audio system. We're waiting on the quotes, and then just seeing what they can offer, what improvements we can make, how we can ensure good audio, but see if there's anything else that we can fit into the budget to improve how we communicate during town council meetings. So as soon as I have that information, then we'll make steps and update town council. But we have been working on it for quite some time, and we've made some improvements, but now realize that essentially it came down to a piece of broken equipment. And so we're grateful to town council for giving us the money to be able to fix that, and think that it'll really help with communication. But also, from a personal standpoint, appreciate the reminder about speaking into the microphones, because that is something that the technicians who have come in have said could improve, specifically with town council, making sure that you speak directly into the microphones, and then also with staff and the public who may not want to come up. So anytime we can remind them, I think would be great.
Yeah, and I will say there was a lot of troubleshooting done over the past few months. I'm not sure why it took so long, but
Yeah.
I do appreciate every
Thank
step
you.
that's been taken to correct it.
Thank you. We're gonna get it figured out, and we're hoping to do it sooner rather than later. So I'll make sure you guys are updated and in the know. Thank you.
Makes your life easier, too.
Yes, it does.
All right. Staff reports. Randy?
Just point out that Christmas tree collection will end this Friday. Also, the town hall will be closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'll remind you, financial disclosures are due February 1st. I've got 6 public hearings to set, and I'd like to set all of these for February 25th. I know that's a lot, but 3 of them are related items. And
3 of them are what?
are related.
Unrelated or
Or related. One of them is a boundary adjustment and with an accompanying rezoning and conditional use permit. The first one set a public hearing for an easement vacation for property located at 95 Skyline Street. And we'd like to set all of these for February 25th, if that's acceptable.
Were those town requested, or were the owners requesting this?
The property owners are requesting all of these. The set a public hearing for the corporate boundary line adjustment request by RWW4 for property located on the southern side of I-81. It's approximately 1.06 acres. For that same property, the rezoning request, and also an adjoining 17.7 acres at the end of Summit Ridge Road. That would be rezoning to, I believe, R1 single-family residential. And they are requesting also a conditional use permit for a planned housing development for single-family residential development on both of those properties. So it's a total of 17.7 acres that's currently in town and the 1.06 acres that's in Montgomery County. Another public hearing to set would be for a conditional use permit request by Shaw Development for two-family dwelling in the B3 General Business District on property at the northwest corner of Roanoke Street and Craig Street. Also set a public hearing for a conditional use permit request by Rock Step Christiansburg LLC for a carnival, and this would be at the mall. And that would be, the carnival, I guess, between setup and operation would be there between March 23rd and April 8th.
Okay. Everybody agreeable? Okay, set them. Anything else? I think that's it. Oh, yes, one more thing. Work session. Tomorrow night, we've got two items, the emergency services request from Montgomery County and also Parks and Recreation property. Just ask whether, I guess, of course, remind you of that and ask whether you'd want Reed there for the work session or not.
I don't see a necessity.
Okay. That's it. Thanks.
Take a break, Reed. Mr. Broughton,
Nothing to report, Mayor. Thank
any other staff? Council reports, Mr. Bishop,
No report.
Ms. Hicks.
Yes, I just want to, I know that this wasn't spoken during public comments regarding about the fees that have been given to citizens during, I guess, our changes with the payment of the bill system and stuff. I kind of want to get an update, Randy, as far as what notices were given to people to be able to provide them with information when the changes happen and how they were going to take place. And are you still waiving some of these fees, or what are we still doing to make sure that we are proactive in helping citizens, with the new system program that we're running?
We do not normally send bills for amounts less than $1, simply because of the fact that it's less than $1. Although we have, as in the case with this lady, we've always waived the penalty and interest when anybody comes in to pay the bill. So, like I say, while we haven't sent the bill for anything less than $1, when anybody comes in with a payment that is basically past due of $1 or less that we did not bill for, then we would waive the penalty and interest.
And so this is being taken care of already?
Yes, we did. Like I say, in this case, we did waive penalty and
And
interest.
then as far as the other bills for water and sewer, how are we doing with those? Are we still charging people a lot of fees for, trying to make them transferring from one change to another change, and how is that working out? Are we having to do a lot of that work, or how is that? Can you update me a little bit about that? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So originally, we sent out notices in their water bills. We have sent social media posts. I had this list off the top of my head, and we've done several other little things, but the big ones were the social media posts, the website, and then they did get a mailer that had instructions on how to update this information. So recently, we've been trying to waive penalties if they've been having issues. The ones that have called the most are the ones that have a recurring credit card. So we feel like most of the people have transitioned to the new website pretty easily. We fielded a lot of calls. I don't have statistics on that right now in front of me. In October and November, where people were getting the new website information. If people were on recurring credit cards, we have actually now started reaching out and calling them to verify that they know that the website has changed, to let them know that we can no longer charge their credit card automatically, that they'll need to sign up on the new website.
I am so excited to hear that you're calling people too. That really means a lot to me, especially because I do know that I've spoken, obviously, a couple months ago, it was happening so much that I think, I'm sure you guys were bombarded with phone calls.
Oh, yes. I wish I had how many phone calls we fielded. I know I've been doing like 11 or 12 a day with people asking questions about it. And I'm like the last man to answer the phone,
Yeah,
last woman to
exactly.
answer the phone.
Yeah.
So we have been trying to call people recently if they have not made a payment since we've moved to the new system. And most of those are the credit card recurring people.
Which
So-
is very hard to miss, especially when you have, a credit card system that takes care of you. I'm one of those people that doesn't even open the bill when I know that I have recurring.
Well, I want to go on record and encourage everyone to open their bill when they get it and make sure that their payments have been made. So, yeah. Any other
Thank you
questions?
very much. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you. Ms. Hockett,
Nothing to report.
Mr. Wilson,
No, sir.
Mr. Jenkins,
Nothing to report.
Ms. Bowman.
Nothing to report.
Thank
Can I
you.
say something? I was gonna talk about that for the tourism thing, I really appreciate the fact that the county actually had a public hearing. And then Blacksburg did as well. So, thank you, Derek, for doing that too.
Very good. Now, the council reports, we have other business to attend to, which is reorganization for the year 2025. Town council election of a vice mayor.
I'd like to make a motion that we elect Tim Wilson as vice mayor for this year.
A second.
Motion and a second. Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll close the nominations. Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop.
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Nay.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Abstain.
Okay. It's 4, 1, and 1. Town council to set regular meeting dates for the times of council, which have historically been the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, beginning at 7 o'clock.
I make a motion that we keep meetings as is.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any
Does that
discussion?
include work sessions the third Wednesdays at
Yes.
6:30?
Yeah.
Yes.
Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop.
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett.
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
And that's 6-0. The mayor appointments, my appointments to the town council committees. Water and Waste Committee will be Mr. Wilson and Ms. Bowman. Street Committee will be Mr. Bishop and Ms. Hockett. Emergency Services Committee will be Mr. Wilson and Ms. Hockett. Central Business Committee will be Ms. Hockett and Mr. Jenkins. We have no appointees to the Finance, Public Health, or Council on Human Relations at this time. Appointment, town council representative to the Aquatics Board is, I recommend Mr. Bishop.
Oh, do I need to accept?
Recommend that we appoint Mr. Wilson to the Advisory Commission. Town council representative to Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. Historically, I have had that as a liaison. Town council representative to Town Bikeway Walkway Committee, Mr. Jenkins. Town council representative to Town Sustainability Committee. Is that Mr. Jenkins, or is that Mr. Yu? That's Mr.
Me.
Jenkins. That's Mr. Wilson. Wilson, okay, couldn't find it. Town council representative and alternate to River Valley Agency Board of Directors be Mrs. Hicks as the board member and Ms. Bowman as the alternate. And now comes the time that we will reaffirm the town council code of ethics. Do I have a motion that we do so?
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, to reaffirm the town council code of ethics. Is there any questions, comments? Okay.
I don't actually think that this code of ethics is actually being followed by most of the council members in here. And it's actually being used as a political weapon, so I'm not going to vote on it tonight.
Anyone else? Ms. Henline?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Nay.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Nay.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That is 4-2. That Code of Ethics is reaffirmed by the council, and that applies to all council members. It has been approved with Code of Ethics. Town council reaffirmation of the town attorney engagement policy.
Motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yes, I know that this started years ago when actually a fellow council member, I think it was Showalter, that had brought this up as far as another member and everything, continuously making, conversations with the lawyer and everything in town and costing a lot of money to the town citizens. But when it comes down to like even this, I know that we are, not when we're asking, because it shouldn't be just as a concern, we should definitely still have an engagement with the lawyer. I think it's important for us to have that communication, especially if there is like any conflict of interest or FOIA requests or anything like that, like lawsuits and things like that. But I also want to know at the same time, I also want to see explanations and everything when there is like lawsuits and things like that. For example, there is one under the bills regarding like, the mayor and actually, regarding some other things that may be lawsuits associated with that. And I know that those should be closed meetings too, but it would be nice for everybody to follow the same policy. Even if there is a lawsuit, I think we should definitely be involved in knowing exactly what's going on.
Any other comments? Ms. Henline?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
Very good. That is 6-0.
I make a motion that we go into closed meeting under Code of Virginia 2.2-3711A1 for the discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body. The closed meeting is being held for discussion of personnel, specifically for the appointment of officers for the year 2025.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions?
Yeah, didn't we just have a vote the other day for the town manager and clerk of, I'm sorry.
This is
it wasn't
reappointment of the
clerk.
term.
It was reappointment, okay.
Madam Clerk?
Councilman Bishop,
Aye.
Councilwoman Bowman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hicks,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hockett,
Aye.
Councilman Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilman Wilson.
Aye.
That is 6-0. We're going to take about a 3-4 minute recess. The only people that will be allowed in the room is council.